The U.S. State Department has issued a fresh advisory urging American citizens, particularly Iranian Americans, to avoid all travel to Iran, citing continued severe risks posed by the Iranian regime. As part of a new public awareness campaign, the department has emphasized that Iran does not recognize dual nationality and routinely denies detained U.S. citizens access to consular services. And while the bombing has stopped, that does not mean it is safe to travel to Iran. It is not. That's what the U.S. State Department had to say. As the dust settles down on Iran, is this another lull before the storm? That's a question we are going to pose to our guest today. I'm joined in by Charlie Gamel, who's a historian and former diplomat. He specializes in the politics of Middle East and Afghanistan. Many thanks to you, Charlie, for joining in. Now, the BRICS joint declaration has condemned airstrikes on Iran and its nuclear facilities without explicitly naming Israel or the United States. How do you assess this rare diplomatic victory for Tehran, which has received limited regional or global support after the bombing campaign?
I suppose Iran is obviously likely to portray this as a diplomatic victory, but Iran still is aware that it is facing massive economic hardships at home. And I think despite the warm words from BRICS that you've had towards the Iranians, it's pretty clear that the Chinese and the Russians haven't supported Iran as much as they would want. And if anything, I think since the bombing of Iran by Israel, the suspicion or the concern from the Iranian part has been that its allies, Russia and China, are worried that Iran is so penetrated by Mossad that it wouldn't want to sell it advanced weapon systems or collaborate with it. So I think there is a sense that obviously Iran and Russia and China, and I can't speak too much to Brazil and India, but Iran and Russia and China have a strong alliance. But in Iran's time of need, Russia and China really weren't there in any material way. And that relationship is being frayed by how badly Iran has performed in the last 6 to 9 months on the military and intelligence stage.
All right, I want to bring you in on the ceasefire. Will this balance even hold? What's your understanding of this fragile truce at the moment?
Yeah, in terms of the ceasefire, as far as Israel is concerned, as long as the Islamic Republic is still ruling Iran, they will not see this as a job finished. So as the dust settles over the nuclear program, the Iranians see threat in the region even more now than they did prior to these attacks. Therefore, they have even more of an incentive to get a nuclear weapon. So I can't see anything that's happened up till now causing Iran to slow down its weaponization programs, such as they might have been. And that's not just nuclear, that's also missiles, that's also other weapons research that they're doing. So Iran feels threatened now, and it will respond as it sees threats in the region. So, and then I think you have the internal Iranian challenges. So how long will the regime stick around for? What does popular protest look like against the Islamic Republic in the next 18 months or 6 months to 2 years? So lots of questions hanging over the Islamic Republic. But I think in terms of a ceasefire, the challenge you've got is that the underlying drivers of this conflict haven't gone away. So the things that cause this conflict 6 months ago or 2 years ago, whenever you want to say that this conflict started, maybe in 1979, they are still there and they haven't been resolved.
Many thanks to you, Charlie Gamel, for joining in on World 360.